Ricky here. So, I have one more pack beyond beside this one here of Silent Sands. I'm gonna probably more than likely not open it. Just keep it as the keep it. So I want to open up the other one. As I said before, Chaotic is a card game that came out around 2006 to 2007. It had about 2 seasons of a show, and the card game sadly went the way of 4Kids TV. The chatter is that it went away because of discrepancy in the money, and that's what caused a disagreement amongst them. And then when 4Kids went under, sadly they drugged the card game with them. It is a fun game. I did enjoy playing it. I wish I could have played it with people in real life. So the super rare card in there is Gnawless. 55 courage, 40 power, 40 wisdom, 55 speed, 40 health. We have 3 Silent Sand packs. That's something I thought was interesting about them. They would have the same I didn't mention this before, but you would have the same pack, Silent Sands, and some of them would be Silent Sands but a different look. So I thought that was cool. It doesn't make no difference, but it was neat how you could have the same pack but different artwork on it. Okay, super rare off the bat. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna see what the ratio is because I do not want to see the super rares first. I think that's neat, but I did pull a super rare card. 1 attack, so that's really good. Fire, earth, water. Fire and earth flip the opposing engaged creature's battle get face down. That is not a bad attack. 2 super rares. Nice. Battle gear. Equip each creature gains 5 energy. If equipped creature is a war beast, it gains recklessness 5 and gains 5 energy for each conjurer you control and deals an additional 5 damage with attacks. That is not bad at all. There's pros and cons of that. You deal extra damage, but you gain energy per conjurer. So if you got a big group, it's in there. Oh, wow. That is 3 supers. I might not even open it backward now. That is 3 supers right there, back to back. That is extraordinarily amazing. Indigo Groove, Initiation, Power. This is the location. When this becomes the active location, you may sacrifice a non-conjurer creature you control. If you do, return a conjurer in your discard pile to play in any open space. The conjurer comes into play with no music counters. You'd have to be set up for that one there. Okay, we have Trampling. And we have a Conjurer. Thankfully, I'm a Pedian. Ranun. Reduces recklessness by 10 for Warbeast. And heals damage to target creature. That is actually pretty good. 4 strike. Mind Strike. The missile. Another one. Reduces recklessness damage dealt to war beast you control by 10. If he has no music counter, sacrifice him. So that's sad. He has 2 music counters, so he can play music twice or 1 big one, but then he dies. Okay, that is actually very impressive. So we're going to do this a little different. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to move these 3 to the bottom. So we cannot be issued with them being shown. So first we have Trampling Tackle, an attack. Another Ranun. Before I move forward, let's have a look-see at his stats from one to the next. Now his music doesn't change, but his health does. His health and his stats do. So this is the first one. 30 health, 40 health, more health. Courage. 5 more courage, 5 less power. Oh wow, 20 less wisdom. That's pretty big hit there. But he has 10 more speed. Interesting. Next card. An attack. Progressive speed. Okay. I saw something I shouldn't have. Web Cocoon, another attack. That is a War Beast. The Mepedian War Beast has Recklessness 10. So he alone can summon him to the field, and he will not take no damage from his effect. Fast at 100. No intelligence at 10. 80 power, 60 courage. Range and swift. Can get to the back row extremely fast. He's actually very dangerous early game. Okay, that is an Underworlder. That is, I have a few of him. Atropos. We should be getting to the rare ones now. So apparently they have those in the front. Okay, we have another super rare. Blazing Barrage. No damage initially. Fire 0. Fire 0. Air 5. Water 5. Fire, air. Draw an attack card. Then discard an attack card. So that's not bad. My dogs are want my attention. Go figure. Okay, I noticed Battle Gear. It is another super nice. A crit creature cannot be the target of abilities. Reveals Battle Gear at the beginning of game. So it prevents you from being targeted by abilities, but not music. So it's got benefits to it. So if you got to put on a Conjurer and you want him to back up but not be targeted by somebody's ability, then he can be done. Or if you have somebody real strong. And the last card is an ultra rare. Ooh, there's only so many of them. And I pool. I did not have him. He is located in the Mepedian Desert. He is an overworld elementalist. They are good. And they have good, and I do have some good cards for them. He has fire and wind. Wind is not common for overworlders. Ahem. Stop it. At the beginning of combat, he gains courage, power, wisdom, and speed equal to opposing engaged creatures scanned. He may not enter mixed armies, and you can only have one. So whatever stat your opponent has, he gains. So he's basically designed to not lose stat challenges. Damn. Stop it. I love my babies, but they're getting some stuff really quick. I'm about to feed y'all. So I pulled an ultra rare. So that's great. He looks absolutely gorgeous. Like one of the things about chaotic cards is, like, take him for example. A lot of the cards will have what is called flavor text. It does nothing. It just describes something. Like most Underworlders, Atropos fights best when he's already winning. This one here. Born of the Sand and Storm. Eerie, I guess how you say his name, can traverse the Mepedian Desert in mere seconds. I don't think I've seen many attacks with him. And he's got flavor text as well. It will not rest. I will not rest until both Maxor and Kaor pay for their treachery. So, they have a neat little bit of feelings with their card readings. So that's always really cool. And this is the last one. Like I said, I got another one. I am not going to open it. I'm going to put it up and keep it as a collector's item. It could hold ultra rare in there. I don't know. Are chaotic cards expensive? No. I mean, they have a decent price range if you want to get some of them, but not like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay, I cannot believe I pulled an ultra rare. That is really cool. That one there is going to be on the bottom. That first one on the front, you see, it seems to be the rarest one of all of them. So slip these three, move the three to the back. Okay, first one, location. Forest of Life. On those rare nights when the triad stars of Loop, Lek, and Tio shine above the forest, all secrets are brought to light. Basically, it's an anti-Mepedian card. When this comes into play, everybody becomes immune to invisibility. So it's basically a screw you to Mepedians. An attack. Reckless defeat. Another attack. One more attack. Oh, we have a Mepedian. Remove a music counter from target creature. If you do, put a music counter on another creature you control by the same player. This ability can only be used once per turn. So this is actually a really interesting ability. It is a free cost ability. It costs nothing, and it would allow you to move music counters all around. Now that might not seem big, but it would allow you to give some creatures more music counters, which will allow them to play one of the higher tier musics. As far as I know, when it comes to musics, they have the biggest is a 3 cost, and those are very costly, and very few creatures can play them. But she can allow them to play it, and you have some creatures that have abilities based off their music counters, like they can get more stats from music counters. Not many of them, but she can go into mixed army, so that's very good. So one more before we get to the ones. Okay, Overworlder, Kuldor. Without the harness, Kuldor's unstable spark would have exploded and destroyed Param long ago. Not bad reading, not bad stat effect. Next one. Oh, she's a Mepedian royalty. There's not many royals. She's not a rarity one though, but she has a good effect. Oh no, I peeked. Okay, we have another Blazing Barrage. It's not bad. When it comes to chaotic, you can have 2 copies of a card per deck, unless it says the term unique. Ooh, that Battle Gear again. Like I said, it's not bad, but I've already got one. And the last one is he's a Mepedian. He's a Mepedian. I might pull the ultra rare one out of here, which would be the Prince. Like I said, I don't know which one I'm gonna pull. Ooh, I pulled the cover card. Damn. But like I said, I got a few copies of him, but he's not a bad card by no means at all. This has gone on a little longer than I prefer to. My apologies. I'm going to pull him out and let's have a look-see at the stats between the two of them. Now, sometimes you have what can be called the worst of the cards, and sometimes you can have what is called the best of them as well. Ah, here he is. So, this is the one that came in the pack itself, the promo card. And I managed to pull him out of the thing itself. So it degrades the value just a smidge, but not too much. So the one I have, 55 courage, 40 power. Oh, wow. 50 courage, 20 power, 30 wisdom. Holy shit. Okay, he's 20 points faster. So he's more of a pussy, weaker, dumber, but he's a lot faster. So it depends on what decks you're fighting, what decks you're trying to go for. If you're trying to go for a speed deck, you definitely would want him over him, so you can try to use to take advantage of the speed. But if you're going against certain decks that want you to have lower wisdom and power, you would much rather go with him. So you would less likely lose the challenge. The challenge itself. Okay, and this is Ricky. And if I get anything else good, I will make sure to let people know. So let's get chaotic.